true spectacle of the decade took place at Windy Hill on May 18th, and the repercussions were still being felt in the courts months later.
Hi, I'm Ken Fletcher. I played 264 games with Essendon, and certainly the most notorious one of those was when we played Richmond here in 1974 when the Windy Hill massacre occurred. This is my account of what happened that day. I don't remember a lot about it, only that when I was walking off, I had a look around me and I saw Mal Brown give Charlie Payne a bit of a backhander, and the runner was just nearby, Laurie Ashley, came out and intervened, and then it became a bit of an all-in. I saw Steve Parsons swing one at Jim, and Jim went down, he wasn't out, and Barry Grinter chased him, and off he went, he showed a clean pair of heels. And then poor old Jim was knocked rotten on the ground, and Graham Richmond knocked him right out. And he also, that was taken to court later on, and he lost his job because of it. And I was only a young bloke, I thought I've got to get in and help somehow. And I saw Paul Sproul, and he'd rubbished our club when he left our club. And I didn't like that too much, but I couldn't hit him from behind because it's a dog's act. So I turned him around and we're wrestling, and then I saw Ronnie Andrews give it to Wale Roberts, beautifully. Wale stuck his head up. Ronnie did one beautiful uppercut and walked off the ground.
Such was the fury of the brawl that Richmond's huge ruckman Brian Roberts didn't even think he'd been punched. He thought he'd been kicked in the head by the trooper's horse.
Well, I couldn't believe what was going on because the crowd were absolutely going berserk, because it was just over here near the boundary line, and the crowd were going berserk, and Mal Brown made it even worse when he went off the ground putting his hand in the air as if he'd won. And it was we didn't know what was going to go on after half-time. Actually, on the day, it was probably the first trial by video, because normally in those games they might have had one camera that was black and white, but here they had a camera directed across here to put up on the big screen, and they actually showed the whole incident, and that's what they used in the court case.
Being pushed out of the track now, police trying to break up this very sordid incident at Windy Hill.
Like, they could virtually do anything they liked here in those days. I remember one time Wayne Walsh in Richmond, I don't think it was the same day, but it was here. He had his both thumbs right into my throat and I couldn't do anything. And I was nearly choking to death, and I couldn't get him off because you couldn't go like that. He kept pushing his fingers in. And that's the sort of thing that went on in those days. Nowadays they get 10 weeks for it.
In the marathon sitting of the VFL tribunal, Mal Brown was suspended for 1 match for assault. Richmond's Stephen Parsons was suspended for 4 matches. Ron Andrews received 6 matches.
Steve Parsons got 4, and I think it probably wrecked his career a little bit, because he was sort of damned after that. Even though he wasn't the ultimate one that did the deed, he did half the deed, and he was damned a bit for it and probably lost his confidence with all the bad press he got. They only won by 10 points, but it was a tight game. Had a lot of games against them in the 70s, which were really tight. And this week, against Richmond, it's going to be a hard one. If we don't win that, we don't get in.
Hello, it's on again. It's on again down here. Players and officials and everybody into this one. Players are laid out, people are laid out everywhere. One of the nastiest scenes I've seen in football for years.
Thanks to Dustin's dad there, for Kenny, for not holding back. What do you think of that? That was pretty amazing scenes, wasn't it?
Gotta love that, Spikey. She's some classic footage, that, and I reckon our melee on the weekend was all right, but got nothing on that.
No, absolutely not. Now, mate, you have some interesting pursuits outside footy. Would you like to let everyone know what they are?
Yeah, I guess outside of footy, I do have a couple of other interests. I enjoy a bit of surfing, I suppose. Try and get down to the beach as much as I can. Yeah. Also try and play a bit of golf. I'm very average, but I picked up a new set of sticks during the year and been having a hit every now and then, so definitely trying to improve my golf. But yeah, no, I guess a couple other interests outside of footy which has kept me busy throughout the year.
You're a very fit guy. You enjoy riding your bike to training. Is that one of the reasons to keep your fitness, or just to clear your head? Is that something you like to do? Yeah,
I suppose if it's a nice day, I like to just ride the pushy up to the club. I don't live too far from the club, which is handy, and I guess it's definitely something that helps me clear my head, I guess, riding to training and whatnot. I like it, yeah.
Often players love going away at the end of the season. Yourself, you like trekking, and you've been away to a few different spots over the last few years. Yeah. Is that something that you enjoy and may do at the end of this season? Yeah, for sure. I think, I really enjoy it, I guess, getting out of the country and seeing other places around the world, and I guess here you see some of my photos from my trip to India, which was fantastic with the Red Dust Foundation, and here we are, I guess, running some
clinics to some young schools, and we also ran some sporting clinics for underprivileged kids and whatnot, and absolutely love it over there. And you know, it was just a great experience. Yeah.
And the Northern Territory, obviously, the Bombers have had such a huge influence in that area. Do you find that amazing? And a lot of Bomber supporters up there. It's incredible.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah, I guess it's something I didn't realise until I went up there, and even out in the remote communities, they absolutely love their footy up there, and yeah, jumping all over me and whatnot. So that was unreal. And I guess there was a couple other Geelong boys up there with Tommy Lonigan and Jimmy Bartell also, and heard he was there with also Eddie Maguire. So yeah, it's a good crew on the trip, and really enjoyed that one as well.
Now to one of our favourite segments, mate, the Home Truth question.
Yeah.
And the question this week is from Eli, and he has asked, who has supported you most throughout your career?
Yeah, good one, Eli. I reckon throw up a few here. I'll have to, well, got to go with the parents. They've been fantastic. Also, Nana. My Nana comes to, I think she come to nearly every one of my Gippsland Power games in the 18s, and I reckon she's been to about every game I've played with Essendon. And also Tommy Hopcraft from Melbourne North, a good family friend of ours. So Tommy loves it, but he's a Blues fan. But you know, I definitely get stuck into him.
Oh, great question, Eli, and congratulations on winning the Antler luggage pack valued at $500. Mate, you grew up barracking for the Bombers, and your idol was the coach, James Hird, so hopefully he's watching, mate. But have you always supported the Bombers, and what did you love about James Hird?
Yeah, I guess, yeah, always supported the Bombers. I've loved the club since day dot, so yeah, I guess Hirdy, yeah, he was a fantastic player, just really composed. You know, not super flashy, but does the hard things, and you know, he's just a real leader as well. So, I guess watching him play is sort of, I guess I try and learn things off him as well. And you know, watching footage from back in the 2000 and 2001 grand finals, it's fantastic to watch, see how much pride, I guess, not only Hirdy but what the team had, and I guess trying to instill that amongst the boys as well today is something I really enjoy watching. Yeah.
Speaking of leaders, would you ever love to be the captain of the Essendon Footy Club?
Well, I guess I'd certainly love to be. It'd be absolutely awesome to be the captain of the footy club, and I guess it's not really something I'm aspiring to, but I guess I really do want to be a leader amongst the group, and whether that be a leadership position or not, I'll still I guess put my 2 cents in. Yeah. Well,
I think everyone at Essendon thinks you have the qualities to be a great leader. Hep, thank you so much for joining us on The Hangar.
Good on you, Spike. Thanks, mate.
On you, buddy. Cheers.
I'm heading overseas in the middle of September for 6 months. Got accepted into the New York Film Academy, which will be pretty exciting.